Hi everybody, it's Diane here with a very temperamental phone tonight. The power is down, so I put it in a charger thing. And twice now I've gotten a message on there that says, "Do you trust this device?" Yes, I trust this device. So this seems like it's working. Okay. Dang, you sound so stressed. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to make Christmas cards with you guys. Well, technically I didn't. I made a bunch of cards before, and then since I had the Christmas stuff out for those dominoes, I decided to make some more. So I did, and I'm up to just finishing them off with ribbon or washi. But I haven't made a video in a number of days, so I kind of thought maybe I should make a video. So we're finishing stuff off. This one, these are not glued because I want ribbon here, definitely, because it's crooked. Well, what about white? That's so thrilling for Christmas, I know. But I didn't want red because of the pinks. You could do green. That's nice. And of course, this has to get ironed. I don't know, these companies, they're going to get a letter from me pretty soon. And if you say, well, you could just glue it, it'll straighten out. And it doesn't. At least for me, it doesn't. Are we still filming? Okay. And I don't know why it wasn't charged up anyway. It was in its cradle and it wasn't charging. So, yeah, that's doubly stupid, I guess. Typical, right? How's your weather, Diane? I'm so glad you asked. Over the last 2 days, we've had 9 inches of snow. Maybe even a little more than that. Diane's sick of shoveling. And we even set a record for the most snowfall in one day in November. That's... Just a minute, I'm getting ribbon over here. For as long as they've been keeping records, and then, you know, you set a record, that's kind of impressive. I could have lived without it, but... And I still had Thanksgiving decor on my windows, on my front door, and it looked horribly off-season, but it wasn't even December yet. So I took it down. But I just decided to put some of this Christmas paper to good use. You know, it's a scrapbook paper image. And once I get rolling on this stuff, you know, somebody tap her shoulder, stop her. I thought about filming the actual, you know, piecing, but just speeding it up to, you know, Christmas music. But I don't know. I did, because I thought, well, you've seen me do this a million times. You don't have to watch it again. But I don't know. Speeding up Christmas didn't sound right. Oh, I should have not stuck his feet down, and they're not glued anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, would you put it center with that, or you center it with the card? I think with the card. It's a scrapbook paper too, although it's a thin type. I even received one Christmas card so far. Does everybody have one person on their list that sends them like the day after Thanksgiving? I don't do that. Actually, in my younger days, I used to have them all addressed and ready to go. Not, actually like letters in them or anything, but addressed and all that the first week or so of November. I don't even do that anymore. Oh, Diane. Anybody? You can probably tell. That's a block of old Christmas seals. I put it on paper, construction paper, and that one, I was kind of thinking of maybe punching music notes. I have a music punch. So there. But anyway, I didn't because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with ribbon. Well, it's just red here. Did that do anything? No, I think that's too wide. Hello, red. That's really narrow. Where's the... Yeah. I think this is still a little narrower than that first stuff I had. Okay, well, I don't really like it there. That's okay. Really throws the top off. That's not bad. Do we want green? No, we want red. Okay, where do we want it? Well, let's do that. And then I have no idea. Are either of these ends straight? No. Left side isn't too bad. I'm done with my Christmas shopping, yay. Is anything wrapped or anything like that? No. One thing I will say for snow, it makes things quiet outside. I think number one, because not that many people are outside. But it does kind of muffle sound. It's kind of pleasant. Okay. Crooked. Okay. Now what? Could just do a bow. I will say some of these are not over the top decorated, which is fine. I don't always add a ton of stuff. All right, not the best bow. Pretend it is. Yeah, that's okay. It's kind of a little, just a little boring down there, but okay. I was thinking you could just draw a red line, but I don't know. This is shiny or glitzier, except I'm going to run out of this narrow red. I had said on one of these Christmas videos, I didn't really want this. I was looking for that width, but they didn't have it. So I got this thinking, I'm never going to use it. Now I wish I had more of it. Whoops. Okay, that's probably crooked. We still filming? Yeah. Wow, so nice of it to trust a device, huh? Okay, that's nice. And like I said, maybe some punched notes around, maybe not. I'm not sure. Okay. Now this one, really, it's, it's this main image. It's just that Edith, Edith, I'll think of her last name. And then just scrapbook paper and some punched snowflakes. There's really not a lot on there, but it's just that it's a big image there. Holden. She got it. I think that's nice. Very glitzy gold ribbon. Was everyone screaming Holden at me? And there for a while, her work was just all the rage in junk journals, right? Everybody was looking for that book of hers so they could tear it up. I didn't do that. I think that's good. Okay. It's kind of fun. It's all scrapbook paper. These are, individually cut out. Well, I think it's screaming for some red something. What about red on the top there? And that might do it. And if you're a person saying, yeah, Diane, this is a dumb, boring video. Why did you film? Blah, 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 blah. But, sometimes it's nice to have a video like this just to kind of, something to listen to while you're crafting, kind of keep you company. So, there. Whoops. I have to keep my husband busy editing these videos, too. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. I don't know, every once in a while I say, are you getting tired of doing that? And I'll say, no, I don't mind. I don't know how to edit them. And actually, the computer I use in this house doesn't have that program or whatever it is anyway. Which I imagine I could get it. But I don't know how to do it. How about some snow dots? I do know how to put it up on, well, I take it back. My husband puts it up on YouTube. I do all the editing as far as the title and description and subtitles and all that. I do all that. Really, Diane? Yeah, isn't that impressive? Okay, I think that's better. Just adds a little something. We need one more dot over here. Okay. Cute. Okay. And this is off the same paper, I think. I'm not positive. Looks like it, right? Oh, that would be fine. What about wrinkly white? Personally, I like that better. Is there like a jazzy red something we should try? I don't think so. It all has like gold or something in it, which I don't want. All right, I'm just going to do white. And aren't you glad you tuned in for that? Now that one, what do you think? Is it done? Yeah, that's a matter of taste and opinion. How much work do you want to put into a Christmas card if you don't know anyone's going to save it? Which, I've said that often, but I understand, even if you wanted to save stuff, not everybody has the room. If you wanted to display it or something, years later, but otherwise you just keep it in a drawer and never look at it, I guess there's not much point in that either. All right. Okay. Well, there are punch stars on each tree here. I could add some more around, but I don't know if that's overdoing the stars. What do you think? You've gotten all the use you possibly can out of that paper, Diane. Not quite. I think I can get one more. Oh, there's a star in it. I knew I was missing one last time, but it did not want to come out. Okay. She goes with the fussy little things again. Did you like that? I just watched. My husband just finished editing the Inchy video, and I'm picking up these little dots, and I'm going like this, trying to get it off my finger. It's not even on my finger. It was on the counter. It's very funny. And these, you gotta watch. I think this paper's okay, but I dropped it. This was an envelope, so where I pulled it apart, the seams are white. So once in a blue moon, I get white on one of these stars, and if it's on, the side facing the counter, I don't know that until I glue this side and turn it over and say nuts. Now, isn't that interesting? Where did that one go? There, is that it? I don't know. And these sort of blend into the color of my countertop here too. That's helpful. So maybe these stars are cascading down, and then 4 of them went right on the treetops. What do you think of that for Christmas magic, huh? Yeah, I'll put one more there. I don't want to overdo it. That's part of one. It's not a full star. Okay. Do we want a bow on the bottom? Yeah. Okay. It's simple, but I like it. It's cute. But just if you want to get technical, have an art lesson here. There is no shading. There is no outlining. There's no fussy little detail stuff on the actual image. So having a simple card, oh, there it is. Go. That stick. How did that slip? Anyway, to get back to my lesson, to have a plainer design goes with the image. What did that do? I'm going to have to watch this video. I have no idea how that did that. Okay, hang on. Was it on my finger? Who knows, Diane? All right, let's find one here. This one's sort of in the middle of fussy and plain. Well, I don't know. Red. We could try pink. Let's try pink. Since it's on the nice list, I put a bunch of presents down there. Get it? That's nice. Don't want to even with the top. Oh, we'll go edge to edge. Easier. I don't think it made that much difference anyway. I did do a scallop with the decorative edge scissors on just plain white paper, which was not easy. I wanted it this way, so you had to kind of turn the way you would normal cut it, would have done it the other way. So it was an awkward cut, and if it's something bigger, you have to kind of line it up to continue cutting. And there's a reason Diane doesn't use those edge scissors too often, because she can't say edge scissors, I guess. I don't think that's even. Better. Okay, do we want one going this way then? Which might nip the corner of that present. You just barely. Yeah, it looks like it needs it. And this pink and green present, those were on the edge of the paper. That's all they're technically bigger, but that's all there was of them. They were cut. So I stacked them like that, and you'll never know. So you can do that too. Don't throw away those edge images. You can do something with them. Okay, that looks pretty even. All right, I think that's good to go. It's kind of cute. All right, how about one more? Can you stand it for one more? And then I'll finish the rest by myself. What do you want to do? Well, that one's kind of similar to what we just did. Well, here's another simple type. Well, you picked a stinker, Diane. Yeah, I did. Oh, that's kind of nice. Or it could go across. Could use white, maybe. And that's nice, too. This gold edge is kind of being a stinker. Okay, how about white here? Let's do that. And then maybe a red bow somewhere. And then I guess I'll come back and let you see them done. I mean, that's not really the point of this video, but I wouldn't want to leave anyone in the lurch, right? By the way, these snowflakes were off this paper. They're not drawn on there. They are cut paper. Same with this little tree down here, but there's certainly something almost anybody could draw. Okay, kind of cute. Could maybe do pink too, or white. Well, she has a red bow. So is that being consistent or is that being repetitive? Well, it looks more, it's Christmassy. This is a Christmas card after all, so. Okay, folks, I'm going to finish. There's a few more. And then we'll do a show and tell. Okay, come back. Okay, let's wrap this up. I have a lot of cleanup to do here. I did add musical notes. I think that's kind of cute. This one, I added another snowflake. Once the bow is over there, everything is left, so that helps that. I don't think you saw that one. This is a scrapbook paper image, and I put green construction paper behind it. And then these are scrapbook paper, you know, like mints. So I split them. I think it's kind of cool. Simple but cool. Pretty. This one, I added these birds. They're scrapbook paper too. And I don't know if you'll pick it up. There's like a real pale aqua turquoise color here. That's what it was. I don't have that paper handy anymore. It was just that pink and that. Well, it didn't show up. I didn't have anything else that was appropriate. These were a good size. So I went over that with black pen. So you can help yourself out like that. You have my permission. This one, there's a real doily on the side here, and then there's inking and stamping in the background on a lot of these vintage looking ones. That helps the card not look so plain. Okay, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you're having a good day out there. Thanks for watching.